Is Defiance going to get a season 4? Can you give us any hope?
Yes, a new hope.
Yes.
That would be nice. I'm. It's a very good question, and I think our show has evolved greatly from season 1, 2, and now season 3. I think a lot of people would say it's the best. The writing's better, and some of the cast, some of the performances, and the whole look of the show is so much more established and looks it's phenomenal. But with regards to a season 4, hashtag renew defiance. We don't know yet. So I mean, it was bizarre because season 2, we finished shooting season 2 at the end of last year in December, or I should say the year before that, and we didn't 2013, and we didn't actually start shooting season 3 until the winter, the cold Ontarian winter of 2015 of this year. So there was a little momentum lost in that sense, but now we're not sure what's going to happen. It seems to be 50-50. But the numbers, I mean, I think the show's been viewed well, and I think people have been very positive about it. So, gosh, I wish I could be more positive to you nice girls out there, but or a positive answer at least. But I'm afraid that our nice girls will have to wait, and hopefully soon we'll have an answer. But right now it's who knows? Who knows? Keep praying.
That's one of the things you touched on, was that you've hit your stride in season 3. And Grant Bowler, when I talked to him earlier in the year at the start of the season, he felt like this was your best season yet, that it was real well rounded.
Yeah.
You would agree with that?
Yeah, very much so. I think, well, God, I was just talking to Stephanie about the relationships between Grant and Stephanie, Nolan, and Arissa, and how, yeah, I was watching the end of season 3, and the moments they have together, and the whole season actually with their father and daughter. I've got a 2-year-old who just turned 2 days ago. And that connection with her dad and with Nolan and Larissa, it's very moving, and they've had a very hard life, obviously, but they've been brought up in a very harsh world. So yeah, it was quite a moving moment when I watched the final episode and thought, oh, this could be the end of the end of our run of 3 seasons, and the way it ended with the two of them was quite moving. But I found all the characters this season had all the performances were very powerful, and that was obviously to do with the writing and the input of a lot of the actors as well, and the look of the show. But there was so much more unearthed from a lot of the characters, and I guess you saw darker sides to characters who have been more empathetic or compassionate. Doc Yule, for instance, maybe Datak Tarr, and then some people like Datak and maybe and even Stama, of course, became a little more human, if I can put it like that. And obviously Amanda was going through a very tumultuous time. So I think a lot of this season, a lot of the fans as well related to it, especially those nice girls. And how am I doing? And and people have been tweeting about it and talking about it and saying so many positive things about it. So yeah, I think it's been a really successful season in that sense, and a lot of people have been maybe tuned into the show, maybe who hadn't tuned in before. But there's a theory that it may have ended now, but also at the same time, if it goes forward, to boldly go, who knows? We've got a blank canvas, and they could go anywhere. I mean, like Grant and Nolan he's off into the hyperspace with Doc Yule, with my gal. How dare you, Granty, with my gal, and so time travel. parallel universes. Who knows where the show could go? I mean, I'm sure Kevin Murphy, our showrunner, would be very excited if it could, if they would give it another season. So, but that's down to the networks, and I think in many ways there's some good shows out there. Dark Matter, there's Killjoys and so on. But I guess our show it is one of the science fiction shows that does have the sort of quintessential, you know. Aliens and so on, and stuff like that. So for a season 4 to come to pass, and if it was to go into space, would be I think would be pretty sexy.